Coach, with your gift to the men's locker room, you dedicated it in honor of your coaches while you were here. What sort of impact did they have on you?
Well, Coach Nelson, Coach Ward, and Coach Emery, terrific men, number one. And so sometimes you don't even know you're being impacted when you're playing for somebody until you go into that same profession. And hopefully it wasn't the X and O's as much as how to conduct yourself as a coach and how to treat people.
How much did they inspire you to actually become a coach?
Well, I always wanted to coach since I could remember. That I think came from my dad as much as anybody. But to try to strive for greatness while treating people the correct way, particularly your players, I learned a lot about that from them.
Now the women's locker room was named for your roommate who passed away unfortunately in 9/11. What would you like people to remember about, him and that would preserve his memory?
Well, he was a terrific friend, a better friend to me than I was to him, and that was one of my great regrets. And how he worked himself from his time here to Nazareth to being so successful on Wall Street. But at the end of the day, his greatest regret was that he didn't graduate from college, and he said at 45 he was going to quit his job at Wall Street, come back, finish his degree, and then coach high school basketball. And unfortunately, he died at 39 and wasn't able to fulfill that dream, but that speaks volumes about who he was.
When you think back on your time at Nazareth, what comes to mind?
I just think the care factor from all the people. Students cared for each other, were very tight. Faculty, tremendous, caring about how you were progressing. And then even though it's small college athletics, there was a huge care factor for winning, but winning with honor and doing it right. And I think we were treated in such a first-class manner that we always had great feelings about it.
Do you have a favorite memory of when you look back?
The thing about time is that you forget about wins and losses, but you always remember the people. And certainly the people I played with had a lasting impact on me. There's no one story, but I would say the overriding thing that I remember is the quality of people I played for and played with.
Now you've had a very successful coaching career, moving up through the ranks, and now you're an TV analyst. Did you ever see yourself at where you have been today?
No, you know what? I knew I wanted to coach, but I would have been happy being a high school coach or small college coach. I got very, very fortunate and a lot of lucky breaks along the way, and was able to coach some great players. So no, I never would have thought for the life of me that I would have been able to coach in the places I did and now broadcast.
What did you learn at Nazareth that has helped you along your career path?
Well, I think when I was a history major and education major, and I had many professors that challenged me to think and to learn, and not necessarily just the subject that they were teaching me, but how to think and how to learn. And I think that's been invaluable when you're trying to lead groups of people, because you have to think and you have to process and you have to make quality decisions born on the facts that you have at that moment. And I think certainly I learned that right here at Nazareth.
Now, being the most successful Nazareth alumni, what sort of advice would you have for others coming from a smaller school, knowing that you're able to do big things?
Well, I would reject the idea that I'm the most successful alumni, because it's not what you do that separates you. It's how you impact lives. And I would say there are so many people that graduated here who have had an impact. My lasting memory of here is, and the program wasn't here when I was here, but is the speech, the OT, the music, all that therapy, because so many people now need that. My youngest child needed that, and for them to Nazareth to be ahead of the curve, providing those services free of charge to kids in the community, makes me proud to be a Nazareth alum.